I gotta talk about the Knicks. What just happened? What did we watch? The Spurs with an all-time collapse. That first half was something special. The third largest halftime lead by a team in the NBA Finals. The Spurs were up by 27. They got it up to 29 at one point. And then all of a sudden, New York slowly but surely makes their way back into this game. It all started with the flagrant foul on Wemby that I didn't really think was a flagrant. He flailed his arms up in the air. It was a little bit of contact. It did not seem like a flagrant to me. It seemed excessive, but for that to be the start of the New York Knicks' greatest comeback of all time, whoa, that is not what I expected to happen. I mean, you watch that game, you're like, okay, the Spurs tying this up. This is going to game 5, and we'll see what happens back in San Antonio. It looks like they have the momentum, they have what they need, and the Knicks just kept on chipping away and chipping away and chipping away and not giving up. That's what they were great at doing, and that's what they've been great at doing all series long. Just get to your point, get to your mark, be physical, wear down the other team. Good things will happen. And they were right. Good things did happen for New York, but it didn't start right away. In the fourth quarter, Brunson, Alvarado, and OG Anunoby, in just the fourth quarter alone, combined for 25 points. The Spurs were held to just 30 in the second half. Jose Alvarado, OG Anunoby, Jalen Brunson, they came alive. And when it mattered most, Wembanyama had a chance to make 2 free throws. He missed both of them. Right after that, De'Aaron Fox gets a chance at a wide open layup with under 30 seconds to go. You gotta waste the clock, De'Aaron. You gotta move outside. Make New York foul you. Take your 2 there. Because what happens here is exactly what happened to Todd Gurley back when he was with the Falcons a few years back. You can't go for the points there. He goes up for the layup. It gets blocked. No points for San Antonio. That's unacceptable. Fox has got to move the ball, run around at least, waste a few seconds. Those seconds ended up being crucial. That lack of 2 points ended up being the difference between a victory and a loss. Because right after that, we all saw what happened. Jalen Brunson hits a 3 over Wemby. He bricks it, but who comes in? OG Anunoby comes in, jumps up in the air, tips it in. Game winner. New York is a city where they are 1 game away from winning the NBA championship. That was unfathomable to watch a comeback and a collapse of that sort. The teams after the game, I mean, you can just see the expressions from both sides. Knicks fans, players, coaches, everyone. The entire country, I feel like, is backing the Knicks right now. Everybody is loving this except for the San Antonio Spurs fans. But after the game, Mike Brown and Karl-Anthony Towns both gave a lot of credit to Knicks fans as the reason being that they were able to come back all the way. They gave a lot of credit to the players. Yes. They gave a lot of credit to the coaches. Yes. You can't do it without them. But what they said, that the environment that Madison Square Garden brought was a crucial piece as to why they were able to continue that momentum and continue chipping away, because having that noise, having the fandom, having the support that they had is really what was able to propel them to the next level of energy. And on the flip side, what Victor Wembanyama was saying after the game, he said it hurt. Take a listen.
It was painful, of course. It feels like we're missing. We work too hard and give up our leads. Just as simple as that. It just hurts. What's going through my mind right now? I think it's going to go one of two ways. One of two ways, and a bad one and a good one. And I know the bad one would be giving up. The good one would be getting stronger through this, getting more together. And I know this is what we're going to do.
He's absolutely right. It's going to go one of two ways. Either the Spurs, this is going to be too much for them to handle, to come back from mentally. How do you come back after blowing a lead like that, changing the rest of how this series was going to go? This was a chance to be a 2-2 series heading back to San Antonio, where you're going to have 2 of the next 3 games, and all you need to win is 2. If you're San Antonio, you had it in the palm of your hands, and you blew it. You lost it. You let the ball drop. And you know what New York did? They swooped it up and they tipped it in. That's exactly what they did. New York now has full control of this series. Need to win 1 of the next 3 games. With the way this series has been going, there's no doubt that New York is going to keep on fighting and do everything they can to win that one more game that they need in order to become a city of champions. They're so close. Can they do it? In Game 5, San Antonio, 5.5-point favorite going in. That's pretty big. That's a big margin that the books think that San Antonio is going to get ahead and get back against New York. That was a demoralizing loss, though. How do you come back from that? Now, I don't know that this series is going to end in 5. Everyone's saying Knicks in 5, Knicks in 5, Knicks in 5. I don't know if that's the case. San Antonio can absolutely come out on their home floor and win it. However, what New York has been able to prove is that in every single game, they have trailed by 10 or more, and in 3 of those games, they have come back to win, including Game 4, where they had the largest comeback in NBA Finals history. New York is able to fight back in that last game, Game 4. Brunson and OG combined for 69 points. Anunoby went 7 for 9 from 3. That comeback was unlike anything we've ever seen. And on the flip side, the Spurs now had a chance to write their own destiny, and they failed. They were once perceived to be the next great dynasty alongside the Thunder, maybe even on top of the Thunder. But now, what happens? People will look at them. People are looking at them. And they're saying that they're too young. The lights were too bright in the moment. They were in over their heads. Chokers. But you know what? San Antonio, you got to get off hot in Game 5. It's not over. As Wembanyama said, this series is not over. However, you're going to need to make a big time change, because the way that they've been playing and letting up in that second half is unacceptable from an NBA Finals team, from San Antonio, from a team with such high expectations. Absolutely unacceptable. They've got to turn it around. But I have to go back to this Knicks team, because it kind of just feels like everything is meshing together in the best possible way at the best possible time. And it reminds me a lot of the Indiana Pacers last year, what they were able to do with all these different comebacks, these different game winners, all these big moments down the stretch where in the first half they look rough, and in the second half it turns out that they just look like they're unstoppable. That's what this New York Knicks team looks like. The Pacers walked last year so the Knicks could run. Nothing matters until the fourth quarter and the final whistle, because as long as there's time, there's a chance. And that's exactly what New York has proved game in and game out, and that's why they're up 3-1 in the series, 1 win away from the Larry O'Brien Trophy. If you like content like this and you want to see more, subscribe down below, watch the full video out on my YouTube right now, and stay tuned for more segments and more SportChaser coming right up.